Ishan's dead since he betrayed us. And after all the shit we've been through, we run the city. I always tell you, it's almost impossible that we actually did it. You're a fucking saint, Brooke. I'm on to know you. Roll together, roll alone. Alright, let's do roll together first. We're not here because of any of us are here. It's because we're all here. We're gonna celebrate it in fashion. After Brooklen took over the city, he didn't like I said, didn't get much of the city. All he did went to the Carolinas, Florida, Hawaii, all that shit. So much money coming in, and it was so shit. Brooklen eventually got over it. I don't know what happened, but when we last saw him, he went over to a jazz club and then didn't come out before he left because his car was gone, so he must have dished us. There was a letter on the ground saying this. I can remember it. Yeah, I'm holding it. Sorry guys if you read this, but I had to leave you guys behind because you guys are too drunk. I'm gonna go back home, back to New Orleans, and sell this mess for good. Privates passed away. Back in, since this was 1968, it's 1990. No wait, it's 2021, right? Yeah. Back in 84, which is 1984, Private killed some Cubans, went on a rampage, and apparently got shot to death. Back in 1968, back in December 21st, he told me that he will die and he needs to get a liver transplant. So he was originally supposed to be living. If he didn't get a liver transplant, like the lung transplant, he would live for 6 years while dying. And now he's lived for more years. And then in 1984, he died. Apparently, he started a war with the Cubans. Let me explain. Apparently, it's Elmo talking. Apparently, he went with, apparently he made a deal with the Cubans. And apparently, he stole their supplies, guns, explosives, money, you name it. Apparently, they found him 2 days later on the streets killing their fellow Cubans. The Cubans owned the territory. He killed so many Cubans, like, I don't know, 5,000 of them? A lot of Cubans. One was injured before dying of injury, shot him in the heart. Private finished him off, but then Private lied down on the ground, went to sleep, and died the next morning. We found his body next to a syringe. He injected this poison syringe into his neck. I'll show you. And yeah, he must have died. He must have did that so the pain could go away. Private was buried next to one of our closest friends. We don't know where Brooklen is. His status is unknown, but we know that he's somewhere alive out there. Who knows where he's been? Gingy passed away back in 2018. He died of... Apparently, there was a hurricane that came over to New Orleans. Didn't destroy any buildings. It destroyed his house, though. Apparently, some rubble crashed into him and then crushed him to death. Apparently, he's dead now. He died because a hurricane grabbed him and threw him into the air, and now he died. And I'm the only one that's alive. We found his body next day, and this is Brooklen's sword that was inside his house. We went inside there. We didn't find Brooklen, but we did find my car keys. We found his shotgun. We found his sword. We don't know what the hell was up to Brooklen. We don't know where he is or what he's doing, but we know something's going on.